let's give it a good old college try at the very least, shall we? And start her off here. Well, this is going to be overkill, but has to be done. Fantastic. And I should probably start rebinding some of these things to be slightly more efficient or effective for me to use. But it can also wait for the moment here. Let's just sling out a few of these bad boys. I should also potentially learn IMB just to have a bit of a backup safety choice here. But not too shabby. Battle Sphere coming in clutch. Hello, my friend. And okie dokie. Here goes nothing. We'll just keep exploring to our heart's content. You get scorched, my friend. You get Orb of Destruction, my friend, and so on. Fantastic. Teach Captain Planet a lesson and burn the forest down. You know what? Just because you asked, let's do so with pride. Exactly. Did Zod even get permission for building such a complex here? Probably not. The landing laws in this world are an absolute nightmare, and I'm sure they didn't go through the proper channels. Okay, Swamp every time recently has had tentacle monstrosities on Swamp 2 for me, so that is a wee bit rough. Let's hopefully come at that from a slightly more doable angle. Again, if I can launch a few Orbs of Destruction, that son of a gun isn't going to stand a chance. So, it's by no means the end of the world here. And we'll just keep on keeping on. In fact, let's just launch one of those bad boys again. That's my new answer to anything. When in doubt, single Orb of Destruction will get the job done. Oh, this one's also in sight range of our friends, hey? So it's gonna be the third stairwell. I'm sure of it. Never a doubt in my mind. Where that's gonna be, it's probably either there or up here. Let's maybe switch gears. Let's go up here and see if it's slightly more to our liking. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, my Goliath friend, goodbye. More brilliance definitely doesn't hurt for the future. Unfortunately, it seems like I may have chosen the wrong option. Only one way to truly find out, though. Burn, baby, burn. And one more? Oh, maybe two more, actually. Sorry, Forest had to be done. I save innocent souls, but apparently I do not have quite the same qualms about completely destroying the environment. Again, good person is only a relative thing, right? But okie dokes, do I bother exploring down here for the stair? Jeez Louise, it's getting a little bit tough, and we're gonna start running low on turns if I'm not careful here. Fortunately, we do save a few turns by doing what is necessary. Fantastic. Hello, my friend. Goodbye. And hopefully, once again, we can find the stairwell. Fantastic. There we go. Good person is a relative thing. Sounds like nepotism now. All sorts of issues with that statement, to say the least. Oh, geez Louise. Didn't realize quite how many new friends we had. Let's actually launch that off that direction. Launch this off this direction. And then I can just kind of focus on you, my friend, or not. Oh gosh. Let's do one of those. Please kill the Alienoma. Fantastic. Not quite enough magic, or just enough magic for Orb Destruction, but I'm kind of concerned about our odds of using it here. 90-12. Or do I instead rely on just multiple pain hits from our battle sphere? Or the real safe answer is just to get the heck out of dodge, change over back to our other stairs, and, you know, live to fight another attempt here. Ordinar's Foul Clutch is in this book. That's pretty fantastic. Does Starburst pass through trees? I don't know. That would definitely be a more efficient, quicker way of burning a path, though, so maybe I have to try it down. If they're burned down first, it does. So that would seem like a no. in terms of the trees themselves do unfortunately still block it. Sekhemib, Kaaba nepotism, can't keep up with all these ancient Egyptian rulers. Ah yes, nepotism, the most classic of ancient rulers. But okay, I should come to some kind of decision here, right? I guess I could try to root you. And as long as that works, I blast you. Fantastic. Ooh, okay. I'd like to rest up till I have just enough magic to get one more of these out. That was a worthy attempt, and then we just get the heck out of dodge, run back to this stairwell over here. And we can just reset and live our best life, shall we? Fantastic, there we go. Now that's more like it. Definitely don't want a mighted dragon anywhere nearby, so let's murder you post-haste, and we can dodge out, do a bit of healing. Ooh, I was about to say do a bit of healing with exploration, and then made new friends instead. So that could have gone horribly wrong, but Orb of Destruction is truly an incredible spell. And there we go, that's enough exploration to heal up. It's just the Goliath Frog, I believe, or not even, because apparently they went to greener pastures temporarily. Fantastic. I agree, Railbird. The safe play was definitely to reset, but fortunately, we can play it a little fast and loose here and not get too badly punished. At least not this time around. We'll see. Run between stairs like I had a reasonable Zot clock. Quite the statement. I think we have plenty of time. 700 turns, I think that's like 500 more than we need at the end of the day here. At least that's the kind of optimism I'm trying to keep up deep down on the inside. Let's get going, shall we? Ouch. Okay, let's see. That's gonna have made a decent amount of noise. And that's the thing, I want to respect the Zot clock and make sure that we don't do anything too stupid. But the flip side of that is you don't want to spend your whole life worrying about the Zot clock that you never survive long enough for it to matter. So the strategy here so far has been to try and find that sweet spot as much as we possibly can. And okie dokie. Oh, where do we want to go from here? More conjurations is always pretty solid. In fact, can pretty safely turn that on now, and we can take a look at our current spell powers. Yeah, Orb Destruction, long ceiling to go there. Even Iskendarin's Battle Sphere is still a ways to go, so I feel pretty solid about that for the time being. And we can always switch over if we end up getting offered something else in the future, specifically if we find Spellforge Servitor, which I'm hoping we will. Then we'll definitely start train a bit of summoning in order to use that effectively. Okay, Battlesphere is a lot of fun though. I am enjoying that for sure. Probably shouldn't even waste our Orbs of Destruction on the Hydra. Even though I say that based on our expectations of how our Hydra fights used to go in Lair, and unfortunately it's looking a little bit rougher this time around. So we might have to play this one safe-ish and hope that this lands us somewhere not too dangerous, and indeed it looks to be manageable, so we will gladly take that. Let's ID some of these scrolls here real quick. Scroll of Poison. Wow, how fitting for our current circumstance. These are not enough tiles every step to be worth it. Let's head back over this direction, shall we? But if I have more Zot clock to use, it can enable safer strats later. It's quite an interesting resource. Right? At the end of the day, for Swamp at the very least, the Zot clock is only useful in Swamp, so I will potentially regret it for Swamp 4. You definitely have a point there, but I'm hoping that we'll put ourselves in a half-decent position to not be worried about such things in the future. You know what, I think I will actually just head down this stairs again. You probably want to rush Zot 1 to 4, so have a good bank to use for Zot 5. Definitely there, yeah. That's going to be a rough thing. Okie dokie. So one of our stairwells is all the way over yonder. which I guess because it's a known quantity, we should probably head that direction regardless. That seems to be the safe strategy here, though this deep water is not exactly conducive to such things. I guess it shouldn't be too bad if we just find our way zippity-doo-dine around here. Potentially this is actually even the closer path to honor and victory. If our orbs could stop hitting trees, that would be very nice. There we go. Thank you, Battle Sphere, for the assist. Always appreciate your help, my friend. And should be able to make it to that stairwell without wasting too many more turns. We'll have to blast you, then take a bit of a shortcut here. Fantastic. Now that's saving Zot Clock, baby. Fantastic. And we have 2 stairs right next to each other, so that's going to be wonderful. Hopefully we can make it through this in one piece. It's definitely about to get a wee bit rough. In fact, let's just bring you upstairs, my friend. I would like Battle Sphere to get some assistance in here. Fantastic. Thank you, my friend. Explore a couple new tiles to quickly heal up and then head right back into the breach. Okay, we made a decent amount of noise, so I'm hoping friends come this way. No? Okie dokie. Is this going to be like Lerny or something? We saw a bunch of Hydras, so I'm always slightly prepped to see Lerny coming up in advance. Though it's been a long time since I did come across that buddy in particular here. Let's start backing away as we bring our new friends into the mix. Oh, hello? No? There we go. Hello? Come one, come all. There was a bunny up somewhere there as well. Can at least just use Magic Dart and Battle Sphere to take care of all the standard enemies. Probably should not have included that dragon in that category, but here we are. Now that's who I was saving my Orbs of Destruction for. Oh gosh. It was not very effective. Let's try to quickly take you down, my friends. And run away. Should be okay still to make it to the stairs. Just barely. Okie dokie. So yeah, we definitely want to explore some tiles as soon as possible to just heal up without wasting too much time. Well, ideally not putting ourselves in too much danger while we're at it, of course. Hey, Bread Knight Luxury, and good evening to yourself as well. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Thanks for coming by and checking us out. Always lovely to see new faces. And yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, do I bother exploring over that way for a few extra tiles? With regen, we might actually be back up to a half-decent spot by the time we get here. And indeed we are. So let's just head once more into the breach, shall we? And Battlesphere and I are enough to take care of just a Hydra pal. Fantastic. And we'll start exploring a little bit this direction, because at least that will give us some extra mana regen as we go. I'm still very concerned as to what we may find in our journey, don't get me wrong. A Battlesphere, why did you back up so far? I was kind of hoping to get you available. But hey, I guess it is what it is. No hard feelings at the end of the day. You still help us out a great deal, all things considered. And there we go. Now everyone's primed for another starburst. Fantastic. Now that we've made just a crap ton of noise, we'll explore up this way to get some quick healing in, and then get right back into the breach. You're making another attempt to beat the lair after beating it for the first time? Hey, congrats on getting through it the first time. This was actually our first Meteoran character that we managed to mostly beat lair. Of course, with Meteorans we were going a bit fast and skipping over a decent chunk of it, but I'm still very proud of it. As you should definitely be proud of achieving the same on your end of things. Huge congrats. Yeah, do you know what? I'll immediately drink curing to get ourselves back up and running here. And yeah, hitting 2 of you is a good enough exchange for me. Fantastic. Oh, I did not realize you were still alive, my Hydra friend. Well, how about that? Should almost do something similar here. Get a bunch of steam clouds going so that the poison is no longer a concern. Because I can definitely deal with that a heck of a lot better than I can with the poison. Steam, that is. Roxanne would probably be rather inconvenient for Meteoran, potentially, at least based on the usual strategies to beat them. 5 burn spots seems quite many. It's not too bad for sure. Yeah, we've been pretty lucky in that regard. I mean, we got a bunch of those, I think, from that early ossuary, so it does make sense why we'd have a little bit more than your average character. Oh, what do I wish to do with you, my friend? Actually, we're no longer in a cloud of steam, so I do want to immediately starburst once again here. Oh, must name 1 skill, that makes sense. Or dev tools, that's the other explanation. Early ossuary, dev tools, tomato. Do we want to keep training some more conjurations while we're on it here? We could also get some more defensive capabilities. Fighting is at an okay score, actually way better than my usual spellcasters are at this stage in the game. Add on the extra meteor and health on top of that, and we're in a pretty fantastic spot. So, potentially, I mean, armor is not super useful at the moment, so maybe just some dodging in the background to hold us over. You died to the broodmother? Ooh, yeah. That's definitely can be a rough encounter the first few times. In fact, we'll probably be coming across a broodmother in this run if we live long enough to do so, seeing as how we do have Spider in our future here. But okay, let's explore some tiles, get in some quick healing. Don't really want to spend the mana to do this, but it will expedite our return to the rune area, so with that in mind, let's do just that, shall we? Oh, and actually, Swamp Dragon Scales might be the savior I needed here, so that we can stop worrying quite so much about poison, plus it'll give us poison resistance for Speed Ray as well, so let's see where that leaves us cast-wise. Totally fine is the answer, and our AC goes up by 4 as well. Okay. So with that newfound confidence, let's go and do something stupid and get ourselves killed. Hurrah! Oh, actually, it looks like we did clear out most of the area here just by the sheer amount of noise and attention that we called to ourselves early on. How about that? Well, let's start by weakening you up, and then once you're out of the corridor, we can definitely send in the big guns. Fantastic. And Battle Sphere, if you could come back for the assist. Wonderful, my friend. And rinse and repeat. Way better position now that we are no longer quite so vulnerable to poison. We're in a pretty solid spot here. Fortunately, dragons can't push us into deep water, otherwise this would be a very stupid place to stand. I'm just begging to be drowned. But fantastic, and there we go. I believe that might be the first rune that we've gone with Meteoran, so that's just lovely. And now we have 1,200 turns to get out of swamp, but also to explore as much swamp as we feel comfortable doing so, getting a bit of extra experience while we're on our way out, potentially even some more treasures. Look at that. In fact, we will grab that enchant weapon so that we can finish off our Morning Star here at some point in our journey. That brings up to +8, so we're actually exceptionally close to doing so already. I saw, yeah, ID over this direction, also wonderful, so we'll head on up. Get on up. Let me... guess that's not quite right. I don't want to kill the shaman first here unless absolutely necessary. I'm hoping that Orb of Destruction... never mind, doesn't matter what I was hoping about that Orb of Destruction. Unfortunately, did not come to pass, but we should now be able to just starburst our new friends and That is wonderful. I guess you might be quicksilvered, but hey, let's be better safe than sorry. And getting Ozukubu's refrigeration is wonderful. You've used most of your Zot clock on Roxanne with non-Meteoran characters? Fair enough, for sure, yeah. When you're not ready to deal with her and you're just trying to do the slow and steady technique, it can take a while. But okay, I need 3 spell levels. I don't think I have Amnesia discovered yet. Let's see, how suited am I? Oops. Oh gosh. I'm actually probably okay with most of those no longer being auto pickup, so I'm just gonna roll with it. What I was trying to do was actually this one here. See unID'd scrolls, so we have Requirement, Amnesia, Magic Map, and Silent Summoning, Torment. So Summoning we wouldn't really want to use up. Magic Mapping, not the end of the world. Vulnerability, definitely don't care. So let's read this 4 stack, and it is Vulnerability, okay. Let's go over to this ID scroll, and maybe that will show us, hey, Amnesia, fantastic. This is 0.29, Fridge got reworked. It is. So in what way? If we take a peek here, those adjacent to others will be partially insulated. Is that the thing? Adds a bit of damage, but reduced by AC and by enemies having friends next to them. Ah, okay, yeah. Definitely interesting. So I'd still prefer to get Ignite, if at all possible. Does this still remove your ability to drink potions? Because I'm no longer seeing that in the description here. 240 fireballs? Oh, jeez. Cost 1,200 magic. Defeat 1 Roxanne. It works well with Ignite, and the minus potion did get removed. Oh, okay. Very interesting. So, it's a bit safer to use in many ways. And there's no guarantee that I get Ignite, so I might... Or Ignition, I should say. So I might go for it. Try it out here. It's not going to be great in spiders, seeing as how they're always traveling in packs, but... Yeah, it would be nice to have both, right? If you can use fire and ice. Just became bad for ziggurats, that's fair. So, okay, I need 3 spell levels. So, what do I remove from our repertoire here? Searing Ray can probably go without too much problem. I guess Freeze as well. Probably is on its way out regardless. Let's just do so now, shall we? Searing Ray, Sayonara, and Freeze as well. We'll get rid of you, and let's learn Fridge. Since it's so close to being usable anyway, might as well bring that into the rotation, train a bit of ice magic to get there, and dodging should also put a cap on that so we don't just keep training it until the end of time itself. Fantastic. And still at over 1,100 turns, so we'll keep exploring just a wee bit further into Swamp here and see how she goes, see how things feel, how things are looking. There we go. More curing definitely already makes it worth the wait. Fantastic. And if we could get enough experience to get Fridge up and running, then we're probably in a pretty solid space here. Let's head over yonder here. Fantastic. And start murdering our way through the remainder bits of Blair here. Battle Sphere definitely helping out. And okay, some of you are next to each other, and we could fail our cast, but let's go for it, shall we? It was 25% reduced if one person was next to them, and 50% for 2+. So all of these buddies are taking 50% reduced damage. That's a bit of a shame. Let's switch over to Starburst instead, so we're at least dealing a decent chunk of damage across everyone here. Fantastic, and that is wonderful. And the road goes ever on and on. Beautiful. Getting a nice bit of extra AC here before we leave the zone. And in fact, let's just head right back up and finish off Swamp 2. Swamp 1, I think, had a lot of unexplored territory, so that'll be, ooh, in a good place in Condenser Vein. Don't mind if I do. Still good for the early floors. It's the only floors you have experience with. Fair enough. No, I I think it will do us just fine here. Throwing net, I guess I might as well pick up. We're not using this sling anytime soon, so let's swap over from that bad boy. And 600 turns to finish off the rest of Swamp 1. Hey, shall we? Shouldn't be too unreasonable of an expectation, all things considered. Hit level 17, fantastic. Fair enough, it's an interesting change, but change that made Zigflores become, or more Zigflores become press chain lightning until they die. I did enjoy chain lightning a lot, to be fair. But yeah. It's definitely weird. Like, I never really relied on Fridge too much for Ziggurats anyway. I'm way more of a fan of, you know, Ignite, Infestation, and then one of the level 9 spells for my non-fire option. But definitely would be a pretty big shift for a lot of people, I could imagine. But okie dokie, let's start thinking about heading towards Spider. I guess we still have few extra turns here to use up before we have to commit to it, so we could potentially do that. That orb is gonna hurt like a son of a gun. Indeed it does. Let's quickly get in some healing before we head in now, shall we? I mean, it shouldn't be too unreasonable an expectation to just take a couple steps, and there we go. Fantastic, looking good. When did I use Chain Lightning? That was on our cat run, right? That was the one that won the game as well. I think that was on Cat Von De. I'm pretty sure it was from your recommendation as well, Colgate, that we even tried it out in the first time. Or wait, oh no, Chain Lightning. Oh, I'm thinking of Summon Conjure Ball Lightning. That's what I'm thinking of. You're right, I haven't used Chain Lightning. Still have to do that someday. But yeah, I was definitely thinking of Conjure Ball Lightning. Totally different, of course. Well, I guess less subtle when it comes to the actual impact and effects of the spell. But just from a nomenclature standpoint, pretty dang similar. And that's what I was thinking of, Colgate. The Conjure Ball Lightning instead. But okay, am I ready for Spider? As ready as anyone can be, maybe? Do I want to get rid of the protection brand on my Morningstar now? Potentially. Can at least see what we get out of it. Venom wouldn't be too bad for Spider, though still not exactly ideal. I'd like to get Flame or Ice. Not too picky either way there. Something like Vampiric would be nice. But not exactly a reasonable expectation one way or another. You know what, let's do it. Let's brand weapon. Let's get something good. Chaos. Okay, that's like a 1% chance, if even that high. So that's wild. And before I haste and might an enemy that I'm not in any way equipped to deal with, at least we don't use our melee weapon that often, so maybe it's not the end of the world, but... Exactly, Rubbery. Praise be to Zom, of course, of course.